welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon, and this is a channel that is dedicated to all things related to narcissism. 2 months ago, someone I know passed away from pancreatic cancer. At the time of his diagnosis, he was in a good place. His business was doing great. In fact, he had just taken out a large loan to expand it. His kids were doing well. He was happily married. He was living the dream. Then the worst possible thing happened. The recurring back pain that he thought was kidney stones was late-stage pancreatic cancer. He was given 6 months to live. And it happened overnight like that. It was very black and white. One day he thought that he had kidney stones. The next day, a doctor was walking into his hospital room and giving him a death sentence. They say that pancreatic cancer is a silent cancer because there are no real symptoms until the end. The early symptoms are so easily dismissed. Narcissism is like a silent cancer. You're living your life and then you aren't. For many of us, and this is what happened to me, you don't know what narcissism is, so you ignore the earlier signs. When it comes to pancreatic cancer, no one's going to feel a twinge of pain in their back and think, oh my gosh, it must be pancreatic cancer. When you think that narcissism is somebody who's vain, you're not going to recognize the catastrophe that's happening in your life. For so long, I had no idea what was going on in my own life until I understood narcissism, because eventually there's no denying it. You are living a nightmare and it's not going to end well. And there are different ways that people deal with tragedy. Some people try to ignore it. Some wish it away, others shut the world out and wrap themselves in their agony. Poor me, why me, life sucks, it always happens to me. And I think that's understandable to a point, but there's another way. What about the people who refuse to give up, who want to help someone else avoid their fate? That's what I'm trying to do with you in today's video. I'm going to tell you some things that I learned in the hardest possible way, because I don't want somebody else to have my fate. I already went through this, and I can speak for Joe too. He already went through this. I don't want anybody else to go through this unnecessarily. If you're with a narcissist and you're trying to figure out what to do, it's going to hurt. But I'm telling you right now, there are things that can make it easier. Understanding what you are truly dealing with as early as possible, as much as it's difficult to hear, is only going to help you. So in today's video, I want to tell you a few things that I learned that could help you if you can accept these in your life as well. The first thing I want to tell you what's really going on with the narcissist, so that you have, just like if you had pancreatic cancer, God forbid, or any other illness, you have all the information, then you can sort it out and make the best possible decisions for yourself. Understanding what you are up against is only going to benefit you. Do not put your head in the sand. I know how painful it is. I can tell you many things from what I've gone through, but I can tell you the end right now. You're going to be okay. You're going to get through it. You will. It's going to hurt, but you know the end, right? It's just getting there. And I can help you by telling you these things in today's video. The first thing that I want to tell you is that you don't know the narcissist. You think you know the narcissist, you don't. I was positive I knew my ex. Of course I knew him. It was my husband. The reality is that he knew me. I never knew him. The reason that I didn't know him was because he wasn't a real person. Narcissists aren't real people. Now, I understand they're breathing and their heart's beating. Yes, they're alive, but they're not real people. They're fake people. They're pretending to be somebody else. And they're different for everybody in their life. They're different. They're one way with you, the one way with their family, the one way with friends, at work, whatever it is. They play a part. They've learned to do this when they were children. So by the time we know them, they've perfected it. They're the best actors out there. They learn how to be a certain way, how they're expected to be. Oh, I'm getting married today. I'm supposed to be happy. Oh, it's my birthday. All right, I put on my happy face. Oh, my dog died. Okay, oh, I'm supposed to be sad today. I'm going to put on my sad face. This is what they do. Now, it sounds crazy, but this is what they do. I never considered that my own husband would do this type of thing. I didn't consider anybody did that. But now that I understand narcissism, this is what you're up against. You're up against somebody who isn't even real. It's impossible to know them. There's no one to know. They're a complete facade. The other thing to understand is that to a narcissist, life is a game and they play to win. In upcoming videos, I'm going to tell you some things that happened. They've been very painful for me to go through this. I'm going to tell you some things that happened during my divorce. My ex, he basically steamrolled me. I took a little break from YouTube for about 2 months or so. It was very difficult. I was going through a depression. I was having a hard time. I feel like I'm through that, and I'm ready to tell you guys some things that happened in the divorce, things that will help you, because I don't want anybody else to go through this. But to a narcissist, life is a game. My ex, I have 2 kids with my ex. I would have swore to you, I believed that my ex loved the kids because he was their father. Of course he loves them. It never occurred to me that wasn't true. The reality is, my ex was living a double life. I don't believe my ex was having an affair. So many people have told me there's no way that he wasn't, because that's a very common thing with narcissism. I don't, and I could accept it if it was true. I don't think it's true, but I can tell you something he did do. He stole tens of thousands of dollars from my kids. They don't have a college fund. I have 2 kids. My daughter's in college now. There's no college fund. There's no money to pay for the college. Now, thank God. And God is so good. Thank God. My daughter actually has a full scholarship to college. My son's graduating high school this year. He doesn't have a full scholarship to college. Now, hopefully, he'll be like her and things will work out that way. But he stole tens of thousands of dollars from his own children because he had a secret gambling habit that he didn't want me to know about. So think about, that's the type of thing a narcissist will do. And it isn't that it's just my narcissist. It's any narcissist can do something like this. Just like, my friend with pancreatic cancer, he was diagnosed with that because of the symptoms. There's a way to diagnose that. And that's the same with narcissism. It's the things that they do or don't do that will diagnose them with narcissistic personality disorder. So it isn't that, and there are some are worse than others, that's true, but all narcissists are rotten to the core. And this is the type of thing you're going to deal with. So please do not think, well, not my narcissist. Maybe Sharon's did that, but mine definitely isn't going to do that. The more realistic you look at your life, the better it's going to be for you, because then you can make decisions based on reality, not the way that you want it to be or the way that the narcissist has tricked you into believing that it is. Another thing that I want to tell you, and I know this sounds a little loopy, but I'm telling you I believe that this is accurate. And consider this. If after I tell you this you think, oh, come on, up front, I want to consider that anybody that I have heard of, and this is dozens of people that have been through narcissism, believe that this is true. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you are dealing with evil. It's spiritual warfare. This is why it's so painful. This is why it's so difficult, because it's otherworldly. There's something outside of our immediate field of vision that we can see that's going on. I learned that God exists, and I know that the opposite of that exists as well. I'm speaking about Satan, whatever you think it is, evil, like whatever. There's good and evil in this world, and there's a battle of it, and the narcissist is somehow connected to evil. Things happened in my house when I lived in New Hampshire. There were things that were happening in my house that could not be explained. It happened in Joe's house. It's happened in so many people's houses. And I've done other videos on that. Maybe I'll do another one coming up. If you want me to, let me know, because it's been a while. But for today's video, consider that many, many, many people connected to narcissism who understand narcissism believe that there is evil attached to a narcissist. Now, so you're going up against something that is outside of yourself. You can't fight it on your own. I mean, that's essentially what I'm telling you. There's something truly evil in our world. And I don't know if narcissists know this. I don't know if they're literally working for Satan. My guess is no, that they don't know this. They just are. It just happens somehow. I don't know. I'm not a theologian. I don't know. But I know what I've seen and I know what I've heard. And I'm telling you firsthand experience. I believe that it's true. So even if you think that's crazy, oh, come on, that's fine. Believe that. But just consider what I'm telling you. This is not an uncommon belief to have. So enough people believe that it's true to at least consider it. Another thing to understand is that narcissists can't, won't, whatever it is, they don't change. Think about yourself. Could you change? Like right now, while I'm making this video, I have my little dog Fiona here. Now, I actually have two dogs. So don't think I'm excluding Belle, but she's with Joe right now. But here I have Fiona, and she's sitting here curled up at my feet, and she's sleeping, and she looks so cute. She has on her little pink shirt that says best friend, and she has a little bow in her hair. And there's so many times where she'll come over and jump on me, and she'll expect me to pick her up and cuddle her because she knows I love her. And that's how I feel about her. And I take my dogs out. Paris and I walk around the neighborhood with our girls, and, we buy them little treats, and we just love it. That's how I feel about my dog because I love my dogs. Do you think there could be any time where I could suddenly have my little dog jump up and want to be picked up and petted, and I'll just kind of push her away and think, you know what? I don't like dogs anymore. Like, do you think I could do that? Could you do that? Think about something that you really love and care about. Could you change your personality? Or even if it isn't even something like that, what if you are, say, a really shy person? Would it be very easy for you to suddenly just decide, you know what, I'm not shy anymore. In fact, I want to go to a party. I want to have parties at my house. I want to do public speaking. I love people. I just want to be around as many people as possible. And, popularity is my life. I mean, could you do that? Could you just change? A narcissist is the same way. They can't just change. They're so used to pretending to being this way or that way. I don't even know if they have a knowledge of what they like or what they don't like. They just like pleasing themselves. Having hope, hoping, praying, begging, believing that the narcissist can change, it's only going to hurt you. That's all that's going to happen. Everything I've told you in this video is 100% accurate. You don't have to believe it. It's your life. You can do what you want. But I'm telling you, the pain you're going to go through when you're trying to detach from a narcissist, if you're trying to stay with a narcissist, once the narcissism is on full display, it's never going to go back to the way that it was. You can't hide from it. The narcissist you can never go back to not knowing what you know. And that's what all of us have to understand. It's horrible. It's horrible being with a narcissist. It's literally the worst thing that's ever happened in my life to me. It's terrible. I don't want to say it destroyed my family because I don't want to go there. I'm trying to survive with my kids. We have a new family, but the reality is that we lost our home. Some of you were with me. You knew. Like I had to run away. And it's not even run away. I escaped. I lost my house. I escaped. I grabbed my kids and ran for our lives. This is what narcissism did. We started over with nothing, with less than nothing. I told you, my ex stole my kids, everything that they had, every single thing that they had. Going through the divorce, he took and took and took and took. And I was going through absolute hell, trying to keep my kids' food on the table and trying to live a life and trying not to collapse. And I was doing everything for my kids. I was trying to help my animals, everything. My ex just took and steamrolled, and he had the money to have the best lawyer and the best this and the best that. It's horrible. It's horrible what you're going to go through. But I want to end this video by telling you this. What I'm telling you are things that you can handle when you understand them. You will have such a different reality if you can understand this and not get sucked in by the narcissist and not believe, well, my narcissist is different, or they're going to change, or they would never do that. They will all do these things. Now, very unfortunately, like I told you, my friend passed away. He passed away in January from pancreatic cancer. There's nothing for him to move forward to. all right? Although I shouldn't really say that because I do believe he's in heaven, but when I'm telling you that he's not here anymore. I'm here. You're here. Our kids are here. God, hopefully. We have every opportunity to continue to live. Joe and I talk about this all the time. You know, he's going through a rough time right now, or right now he's going through a really bad time. And we talk about this and we say, you know what? But at least we're still here. We can still take steps forward. We can still have the life that we want. Maybe it has to be later. Maybe it can't be when we want it, but it's still possible. I believe 100% that all of us can get through this and have a better life. But in order to have that, in order to do that, it's so important to look at life realistically, not the way you want it to be, but the way it is. Because then you can make decisions that are going to affect your life in a positive way. I hope this video helped. I'm so sorry if you're going through this. You are not even close to alone. When I first started learning about narcissism, I started this channel, and this is laughable to me today, so you can laugh with me if you want. I started this channel because I was so confused. I didn't understand what was going on with my ex, that when I did, I thought it was like I cured cancer. I have to tell people. I must tell people. People must know this. Oh my gosh, narcissism? I have to tell people. And it's funny to me now, but I'll tell you, if you're at the beginning and you think nobody else is going through this, promise you, many people are going through this. You're not alone. It does get better. Even, the reality is today I can tell you that my worst day post-narcissism is better than my best day in it. And that's the truth. So I will see you all on Thursday. My daughter's going to be on the channel on Thursday. We're going to talk to her, and she has lots of things to say. She has some fun stuff to talk about, and we're going to talk about narcissism as well. So if you happen to have any questions for a 20-year-old who survived narcissism, put them under the video and she can answer them on the video that we do on Thursday. So Thursday, I'll be back with her. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I'm looking forward to the eclipse today, so I hope everybody sees that, and I will talk to you later. God bless.